Okay. John, if you can start us up. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. We are on the record. Today is Monday, the 25th day of October 2021. Today is a municipal caucus of the Jersey City Municipal Council. In an effort to adhere to social distancing protocols and best practices imposed by the city and state authorities, the city of Jersey City has canceled all public meetings and closed non-essential services as of March 16th, 2020 until further notice. As a result, this council caucus will be held virtually as a video conference with public access. We had it scheduled 4 p.m. start. The clock on my computer is showing 4:04 p.m. May we have a roll call for the commencement of this caucus? Councilperson Ridley.
Here.
Councilperson Prinzeri.
Here.
Councilperson Baggiano.
Here.
Councilperson Saleh.
Here.
Councilperson Solomon.
Here.
Councilperson Robinson.
No.
Not here yet. Okay. Councilperson Lavaro. Don't see him yet. Okay. Councilperson Rivera.
Here.
And Council President Waterman.
Here.
We have 7 council members in attendance at 4:04 p.m. In addition, at its time of its preparation, the agenda of this meeting was similarly disseminated on Friday, October 22nd, 2021 at 3 p.m. to the mayor, business administrator, corporation council, and the local newspapers, and posted on the city's website, so I can certify as to our total compliance with the Sunshine Law. Council President, would you like me to take it from the top?
Yes, take it from the top, Sean. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. All right, on to our first reading ordinances. Item 3.1, City Ordinance 21-071, an ordinance of the Municipal Council of the City of Jersey City adopting amendments to the residential, public, quasi-public retail zone of Ocean Bayview redevelopment plan. I believe we have Cameron Black here to field any questions from the council. Cameron, if you would like to make a presentation.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, council. Good to be here with you all. So this is a very simple amendment to a redevelopment plan, which spans Ward F and A in Jersey City along Ocean Ave. And there will be the addition of 9 words into this redevelopment plan as the result of a local entrepreneur who contacted the city planning office in July of this year. A member of our armed services wishes to endeavor in some entrepreneurial eatery, a pizza restaurant in the Ocean Bayview redevelopment plan, which currently does not permit that use. So we would like to propose an amendment allowing for restaurants category 1 and 2, as well as cafes. This will legitimize the said member of the public who wishes to start their pizza business and serve the community. It has received support from the community and members of council here. Planning staff recommends approval.
Cameron, I have a question because we held a meeting earlier this year and Ward A is looking to remove themselves from the Ocean Avenue Bayview plan. I guess the first question is, where is the pizzeria? And then the second question is, should we wait to do that, or can that be done at the same time as this amendment?
So the pizzeria is at 504 Ocean. Mr. Lyles, the member of the public that wishes to start his operation, has improved the site already and has been given a halt by the building and zoning department on completing his project. Now, as far as the geographies of the redevelopment plan go, that would be a separate issue, and that would require well, anytime we have to adjust the geographies of a redevelopment plan, we would have to do a study, and that would be a more extensive undertaking at a later time. As I'm sure you know, Ocean Ave along this segment already has many eateries. It's just a oversight from the original adoption of this redevelopment plan, which doesn't specifically state restaurants category 1 and 2 and cafes. There are a lot of existing restaurants along this corridor, and we are proposing that we allow Mr. Lyles to operate his pizzeria as a new establishment, which is quite popular from what I've been told.
Okay, so I have a couple more questions. I don't think you exactly answered my question, but I Googled it. So 405 is out of Ward A, so I guess it doesn't impact what we're trying to do with that redevelopment plan. But this pizza place is already open, correct?
No, they operated as a takeout facility for a short period of time, and then they received a zoning violation, which they came to us to ameliorate, and that brings us to council now.
So are they looking to have a sit down, like a eat-in, is what you're saying? Because
Correct.
they're operating now, like you just said, as a takeout. They've been open for quite some time. So I'm just trying to understand what we're voting on.
Correct. It is indoor seating.
Okay.
Currently, they are only doing takeout.
Any more questions? Someone else? Okay, then thank you, Cameron.
There, 1 second. They're not open. I think I rolled past and seen them open.
Not as
I
a
know they were doing takeout
takeout.
at one point. Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? Okay, thank you, Cameron. Sean?
Okay. I will mark Councilperson Robinson present at 4:11 p.m. So we now have 8 council members present at 4:11 p.m. Okay, on to our next item, which is item 3.2, City Ordinance 21-072, an ordinance authorizing the execution of a temporary construction easement and access agreement between the City of Jersey City and 160 Lafayette Associates LP, authorizing Lafayette Associates to install and maintain 2 monitoring wells in Reverend Urkel Webb Park, also known as Lafayette Park.
Somebody here to explain it? Anyone here?
This might be architecture. Brian, are you on?
Yes, I'm here. I can explain what's going on.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Council. This is a temporary easement. It's really not it's called a construction easement because there are monitoring wells that need to be installed so that we can monitor the plume of subsurface environmental concern at the water table. It's going to be there for about 10 years, and it's really just to make sure that the mitigation that the neighborhood is doing is working. It's just a way of checking.
Okay. Any questions? Okay, thank you, Brian.
Sure, no problem.
Go ahead, Sean.
Okay, on to our second reading ordinances. Item 4.1, City Ordinance 21-069 is an ordinance supplementing Chapter 332, Vehicles and Traffic, Article 2, Traffic Regulations, Section 332-9, Stopped Intersections, to designate Erie Street and 4th Street and Erie Street and 5th Street as a multi-way stop control. Any questions or comments on this ordinance? Okay, hearing none. Item 4.2, City Ordinance 21-070 is an ordinance supplementing Chapter 332, Vehicles and Traffic, Article 9, Parking for the Disabled of the Jersey City Code, designated reserved parking space at various locations throughout the city. Any questions or comments on this ordinance? Righty, hearing none. On to our public hearing for a request for a public hearing, excuse me. We have 2 speakers listed so far. And then we go to petitions and communications, items 6.1 through 6.11. Any questions or comments on items 6.1 through 6.11? No comments. Any comments or questions? Any comments or questions on items 7.1 through 7.6, which are officer communications? Hearing none. Report of directors, item 8.1. Any questions or comments on 8.1? Hearing none. Claims. Our claims and will be voted on. Usually we have an addendum too, but we'll be prepared if one comes our way. And on to our resolutions. First resolution, item 10.1, City Resolution 21-730 is a resolution authorizing the replacement of a lost third-party tax sale certificate, JC Tax Revenues LLC, number 2016-114. Item 10.2, Resolution 21-731 is a resolution authorizing the settlement of assessment appeals filed before the Tax Court of New Jersey on various properties. Okay. Item 10.3, Resolution 21-732, Resolution number 1, introducing and approving the 2021-2022 budget of the McGinley Square Special Improvement District. Number 2, directing the city clerk to publicly advertise the budget and schedule a public hearing. And number 3, directing the tax assessor to prepare an assessment roll of properties within the district based upon the budget. Council members, with the director of the McGinley Square Special Improvement District is having some issues trying to get into the meeting. If there's any questions, I can try to get them on the phone if needed. But if there are any questions, I did invite them, but they are having trouble. And they're not the only ones having trouble. There was some kind of glitch in our meeting in the beginning. So I just wanted to take that for the record. But if does anybody have any questions or comments for the president of the McGinley Square Special Improvement, just let me know and I'll make sure that they get answered before Wednesday. Okay, hearing none. I see that Councilperson Lavaro is with us. I will mark him present at 4:16 p.m. So we now have all 9 council members present at 4:16. Right, on to our next resolution, item 10.4, Resolution 21-733 is a resolution fixing the dates and times for the caucuses and regular meetings of the Municipal Council for the year 2022. Council members, this is a draft of the schedule of meetings. Amanda, if you wouldn't mind scrolling to the actual schedule so we can all take a look at that. This is a draft, so if we want to make changes or if something doesn't agree with the specific date or of the caucus or a meeting, this is the time to discuss and make changes. We can also, amend it if needed, but this is what I came up with, and my staff and we went through all of the holidays, religious holidays. We tried to make sure that we're not imposing on any of those holidays, and I think we did a pretty good job doing that. And if there's any questions, I'm willing to speak on this.
Clerk, this is Councilman Solomon. Just a quick question. Do we intend for these to be in person or?
So I could hardly hear you because I did some background noise, but I think your question was, are we doing in-person meetings?
Yeah, so the question is, are we intending these to be in person or virtual?
So I think the intention is, if everything goes well with the numbers, the COVID numbers and all, our intentions are to go back in person starting January, the first meeting in January, which would be the reorganization meeting on January 1st.
Okay, great.
Clerk, do we have to vote on that? So is that something we should be like putting on the agenda to go back on the first?
So that's what this, the fixing the dates and times. So if you, in the body of the resolution, it actually has the language that we will be holding the meetings in the new caucus room and also in the council chambers. And yes, you'll be voting on this. That's why, you know, this is like a work in progress. Like if there's no changes to it, we can easily vote it for Wednesday, and I can advertise the annual notice in the 2 newspapers, which I'm required to do by law. And so we can get, you know, the notice out there to every member of the public. We'll post it on our website as well to let everybody know that we are going back to in-person meetings.
I just asked because I didn't see any language in reference to like, if, you know, if it spiked by a certain percent, that we would not be going back, like, giving us a way out.
Yeah, so I don't have that language, but if God forbid, if that does happen, we can do what we did when the pandemic actually started. We would put a resolution together to amend our annual notice, and we will, you know, go back to virtual meetings, because it's one way or the other. It's either live or virtual, and that would just require me to do the same thing that I would normally do with the annual notice. I'd have to re-advertise it if we go back to virtual meetings sometime next year.
Sean, let me ask you something about June 14th.
Okay.
Why are we having a caucus on that day?
So in June,
That's a Tuesday instead of a Monday.
there's just bear with me 1 second on that. I'm sorry about that, Council President. Just give me 1 second. So in June, you said.
Right.
We're having the caucus on the Tuesday, the 14th, and not that Monday, right?
Correct.
I have to get back to you on that. There was a reason why we did move it, because then is the, can't see it off the top of my head, but is the council meeting on Thursday? I think
Yeah.
Because what we do is when we move the caucus, we usually move the meeting too. So we always have that day in between.
Yeah, but I don't know why we're moving it from a Monday. I don't see no holiday.
I will get back to you on that. There is, I know there has to be a reason. If not, I can easily move that back to Monday and make the council meeting on that Wednesday.
Oh, it's 14th, yeah.
We can make that adjustment.
2022.
On mine, it says the 13th. I'm not sure if I got it.
But on this notice he got here is the 14th. That's why, like, they
Okay.
sent out the
Amanda, can
notice
you?
for 2022 holidays and things like that. This
Yeah.
here.
So I don't see anything on it says Flag Day is June 14th. But that's
Correct.
not a holiday. It says the 13th.
No, on this here that you sent out is on the 14th. So I don't know if it's a mix up.
So on the agenda,
Okay.
the resolution itself actually has the 13th as the caucus meeting. If I sent you a draft, that probably was corrected. I apologize for that.
Okay, no problem. Thanks a lot.
But thank you for questioning that, because it didn't make sense to me either. That's why I didn't have an
No.
answer right away.
Sean,
Yes.
the meetings for this year, it was June 14th. So maybe that's the old schedule.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's
Right,
what you sent out. Okay.
Thank you, Amanda. Appreciate that.
All right.
Anybody else have any other council members have any questions about the schedule?
Let me just look at this one then.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good.
So as you're looking at, like I said, if we do have to go back virtually, what we would need to do as a council is to put a resolution together amending the annual notice to go back to virtual. If the numbers start to spike for some reason, so we don't have to approve this at this meeting. We can hold off if you wish to. But it doesn't matter. I mean, we can
It
always.
doesn't matter. It's fine.
I just figured if we do it early, we get this out of
Right.
the way, then we're good to go. And again, we can easily do a resolution amending it if necessary.
Okay.
All right. Hearing no other questions, we'll move on to our next resolution, which is item 10.5, resolution 21-734 is a resolution awarding a negotiated contract to Lawman Supply Company pursuant to NJSA 40A:11-5, section 3 for ammunition for the Department of Public Safety pistol range. Police pistol range, sorry. Any questions or comments?
Thank you, Sean. Just wanted to give a brief overview. This is for our annual installment of ammunition. Most of this ammunition will be used for requalification for officers with their weapons. It's not necessarily anything for stockpiling or any additional levels of ammunition, other than just to make sure that we're at our ample supply for both weapons and for training.
So
Somebody said something?
that's Councilman LeVar. I've been having connection problems. My
Okay.
Wi-Fi is unstable. So this is ammunition for the regular pistols and so forth, or because I thought it was my staff told me it might be related to automatic rifles and other types of specifically for automatic rifles, that sort.
I'll get you the details on that, Councilman. I'm not specifically sure. I was just told that this is for a renewal for training purposes, but I'll double back before Wednesday to give you the exact devices that this is.
What's the difference? Oh, Christ.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, now next, item 10.6, resolution 21-735 is a resolution of the Municipal Council of the City of Jersey City approving the execution of a subgrantee agreement with Palisades Emergency Residence Corporation for administering the city's shelter overflow program with the Community Development Block Grant CARES funding under the program year April 1st, 2021 through March 31st, 2022. Any questions or comments on this resolution?
Yes, Councilman LeVar here. So this expires on March 31st. There's 5 months left. Have the current grantees already been spending down, and or do they have to spend down their allocations within the next 5 months?
Good afternoon, Council. Samantha Carpio with Division of Community Development. Yeah, so these funds are CV funds. This is to award overflow. All awardees are notified of a pre-award letter. With that being said, they are known that unless it passes council's approval, they are to refrain from spending until such has happened. There have been several delays with getting the proper documentation. And so we decided to, before obviously to maintain compliance and such, until we had everything from the agency to then put the resolution before council. So to answer your question, nothing is guaranteed to the agency until it passes council's approval.
So essentially, their allocation has to be spent before, in the next 5 months after we approve this.
So yes, they can request an extension if they feel that they're not going to be able to spend by then.
Okay. Thank you.
Any more questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, on to item 10.7, Resolution 21-736 is a resolution of the Municipal Council of the City of Jersey City authorizing subcurrent agreements with the City of Jersey City, Department of Recreation, Youth Development, Urban League of Hudson County, Inc., and Team Wilderness, Inc. for administering, the city summer youth programs with Community Development Block Grant CARES Act funding under the program year April 1st, 2021 through March 31st, 2022.
What is the recreation doing for summer programming with these dollars?
Samantha?
Yes, Councilman. So the agencies have, or several summer programs have had to extend capacity to comply with COVID CDC requirements. So this is just to roll out the regular summer programs and to allow them to kind of buy materials such as masks, hand sanitizers, and to keep up with capacity and social distancing requirements.
So this is for
these are regular summer programs, and really just awarding additional dollars that would be related to COVID or as a result of COVID.
Okay, it's for specifically for like PPP, PPE rather, and the like, or is it for the programming itself?
It could be for programming itself. So if they had to kind of increase an additional staff member or two to allow for program breaking down of programs and to extending to add additional programs to let's say for a class of maybe 10, now we have to bring it down to 5 to allow for social distancing. So this is for additional expenses related to COVID and social distancing and such.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Samantha.
Okay,
Sean?
any additional questions? Okay, hearing none, on to item 10.8, Resolution 21-737 is a resolution ratifying the award of a contract with AccuSure LLC, Doyle Alliance Group, as an extraordinary unspecifiable service to provide the City of Jersey City with insurance consulting services and to be the city's broker of record for obtaining and maintaining the city's management and non-management life insurance policies. Any questions or comments on this resolution, excuse me? Okay, hearing none. Item 10.9, City Resolution 21-738 is a resolution authorizing the award of a contract to Anorama Camera, Inc. for purchase and delivery of Unitrans disk drive with software under the Interlocal Purchasing System Cooperative contract numbers 200105, 210103, 180902, and 200904 for the Department of Administration Division of Information Technology. Any questions or comments on this resolution?
Can someone just explain what this is for, or what this is?
Vivek, you're on mute, sir.
My apologies. I turned on the video. I missed the mic.
Okay.
This is our backup system that we're upgrading from old tape library onto a hard disk backup. with the Unitrans. Currently, our software is Unitrans, and going forward, our hard drive backup would be also Unitrans. So we're dealing with the same company for the software and the hardware backups.
What are we backing up here?
We're backing up our data, our entire network data.
The entire citywide?
Correct.
Got it. I have no additional questions. Can move on.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have any additional questions, comments? Okay, hearing none. Item 10.10, Resolution 21-739 is a resolution authorizing the use of competitive contracting to procure a contract for software to provide augmented reality and other assorted multimedia services to help inform, educate, and engage the public. Any questions or comments on this resolution?
Could we get an explanation on this one too, as to what this is?
Sean, is Brooke on the call?
She is not. I apologize because I think there was like a mix up with the email exchange, John.
Okay. I'll ask her for a memo, and if she doesn't prepare it, we'll table it.
Okay. I apologize for that, but there was definitely a mix up on the email exchange. All right. Moving on to item 10.11, Resolution 21-740 is a resolution of the Jersey City Municipal Council authorizing a second amendment to the cooperation agreement with Jersey City Redevelopment Agency regarding Berry Lane Park.
What's the amendment here?
Is somebody here from this? This is JCRA, part of.
John, are you there?
Hello?
Yeah. If no one's here from the JCRA, we'll pull it.
Okay.
Just as an aside, a lot of these resolutions, when you go to the fact sheet, John, they basically just reiterate the exact same title without any further explanation or description as to what
What's in it? Yeah.
what's in it, description of the purpose and so forth. If folks can do a better job of that detailing, I'm not asking for a book, but
I think we could reformat it to prompt additional questions to give more feedback. And they also have to be present. So I agree with you, Councilman. Thank you.
So we'll pull it.
Yeah, we'll consider it for the following meeting, Council President.
Okay.
So I'll mark this one as withdrawn, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ready? Okay, item 10.12, resolution 21-741 is a resolution rejecting the sole bid received by the City of Jersey City on October 5th, 2021 for a contract known as Van Wagen Apple Tree House Exterior Repairs Project number 2021-040. Any questions or comments on this resolution?
what are the repairs here? Why are we doing repairs?
Repairs are due because it's been over a decade since the exterior was finished. And as you know, it's a historic site, and a lot of the historic fabric was restored, and that reverts to old methodologies, and a lot of wood has rotted away. So we're in a situation where we need to make repairs relatively soon, or else it just becomes exponential. So that includes paint on the exterior, some minor repointing, and primarily restoration of rotten wood in some areas of the building.
This is the Apple Tree House?
This is the exterior of the Apple Tree House, yes.
Didn't we just, I say just, it was probably just a couple of years. I know you said a decade, but I thought we had cut the ribbon, I don't know, a couple of years ago, but.
For the interior, that's correct. But remember, this was done in 3 phases with the New Jersey Historic Trust. And the exterior was the first component, and it was a decade ago. And the exterior is showing the wear at this point. But also note that this is a rejection, and we do feel that because we only received 1 bid and it exceeded our estimate, that it's in the city's best interest to value engineer it if possible and put it back out to bid again.
Great. And Brian, do we value engineer all of our contracts, or is it just when they look?
Well, I mean, I say value engineer, and that's probably not the right term to use. You know, we can't go and apply just any sort of paint or siding to this building. It is a national historic site. But there might be some avenues that we can pursue regarding the historic fabric that is rotten away. We might be able to get permission to use some more resilient materials. And that's what I'd like to pursue.
Okay, I have no further questions. Thank you.
Sure.
Anyone else? Okay, Sean.
Okay, item 10.13, resolution 21-742 is a resolution rejecting all bids received by the city of Jersey City on June 15, 2021 for a contract known as Joseph Connor Senior Center window replacement and exterior walls repair project number 2018-017A.
So Brian, just there's a number of contracts here where we're doing repairs. Do we have a maintenance schedule and like what the kind of issues are with a lot of our facilities throughout the city and what we need to do to keep them maintained over time? Is that do we maintain something like that?
Well, that might be a bit of a trick question. We do work hand in hand with DPW, as you are aware, and you know, maintenance is an ongoing challenge for the city in some aspects. Very large city with a lot of components, a lot of things going on. Typically, architecture gets involved when it's beyond typical maintenance or standard maintenance. So in this particular, I can't speak to all the buildings, but I can tell you that, you know, in this particular instance, it was beyond, or it is beyond standard average maintenance protocol. So that's why we were asked to get involved with this window replacement and repointing.
So then kind of the maintenance issues of like repairs and things of that nature, DPW is more accountable for that? Is that what I'm hearing?
Correct.
Okay. I'll direct it there then. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. Item 10.14, resolution 21-743 is a resolution ratifying the emergency contract award to Paragon Restoration Corp. for the facade rehabilitation of Engine Company 13 for the Department of Administration Division of Architecture.
Any questions, anything? Go ahead, Sean.
Okay, item 10.15, resolution 21-744 is a resolution ratifying the emergency contract award to Weatherproofing Technologies, Inc. for the purchase, delivery, and installation of a new roof for the Department of Administration Division of Architecture. Any questions or comments on this resolution?
Do we
Okay.
have in the budget, do we have this baked into it? Like, when the surprise thing, I don't know if this is a surprise, but it sounds like, there's a lot of maintenance stuff that's happening, maintenance projects and contracts. Is there a certain number that's allocated annually towards these kinds of contracts? I'm sure it's like an anticipated cost, but
Yes, there is a general buildings account that architecture has specifically for emergencies that come up. Usually it's, like boilers in the fall or emergency roof repairs. It's not uncommon. But yes, there is money that's budgeted specifically for city building repairs.
okay.
Anyone have any other questions or comments? Okay. Item 10.16, Resolution 21-745 is a resolution authorizing the award of a contract to Sal Electric Company, Inc. for the installation of EV chargers for 5 electric garbage trucks under the Bergen County, New Jersey Cooperative Purchasing Alliance for the Department of Public Works Division of Sanitation. Any questions or comments on this resolution? Okay, item 10.17, Resolution 21-746 is a resolution authorizing the renewal of an open-end contract with Willie's Fence Company, LLC for chain link fencing for the Department of Public Works Division of Park Maintenance. Any questions or comments on this resolution? Okay, hearing none. On to item 10.18, Resolution 21-747 is a resolution authorizing the award of a contract to Absolute Fire Protection for the maintenance and repair of fire apparatus through Sourcewell Purchasing Cooperative Contract Number 022818-EOI for the Department of Public Works Division of Automotive Maintenance. Any questions or comments on this resolution? Okay, hearing none. Item 10.19, Resolution 21-748 is going to be withdrawn. This was not supposed to make the agenda, and unfortunately, we missed that at the before we published the agenda, so we are withdrawing this item. Is that correct, Peter?
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you, sir. Okay, on to item 10.20, Resolution 21-749 is a resolution ratifying the award of professional service agreement with the law firm Hunt, Hamlin, and Ridley to represent the City of Jersey City and various police officers in the matter of Leo Pinkston versus the City of Jersey City. Any questions or comments on this resolution?
Council President, can we have a closed session to discuss this?
We can schedule one. We'll
Yeah.
schedule one.
I'm not in a rush, just,
Okay.
All right, Council President, would you like me to prepare the resolution for for Wednesday to vote on scheduling?
Yeah, let me look at the dates. Yeah.
I can, Council, I can go through Desiree if you'd like.
Okay.
To find
Go
something.
through that.
Okay.
Corp Counsel, could you give us any background on this?
Yes, this case rises out of the incident that occurred on Tunley Avenue. I want to say it's almost 5 years ago now, involving the police department and the motor vehicle accident. The plaintiff in this case was the individual who was being pursued by the police prior to the motor vehicle accident rather.
Okay, Sean, we'll schedule a closed session.
Okay. And we will need to add a resolution in order to do that at Wednesday's meeting. Okay, item 10, the last item is item 10.21, Resolution 21-750 is a resolution approving the reappointment of John Skura as Chief Financial Officer. Any questions or comments on this resolution?
Can we get a background?
I didn't hear your question, Councilperson LeVar.
Can we get a resume or other information? I know John's been with us now, but he's coming to us in a new capacity here as a CFO. He's in the auditing department, correct?
It's a reappointment, right?
That's correct, Councilman. We'll get you a copy. I thought it was attached, but we'll make sure we get you a copy of his resume as well.
Great.
And this is just to fulfill between now for the remainder of the term expiring December 31st.
Okay.
Okay.
So the last item that I just wanted to bring up, I actually brought it up at the last meeting, and I don't think we had an answer at the time, but the franchise ordinance that was tabled regarding the planters, the tree planters. We have the attorney on the line. He's on a call in because he was having trouble logging into the meeting. But it's you might not see it on your agenda because it wasn't carried over for some strange reason. It would be 11.15. I don't have the ordinance number off the top of my head, but I don't know if we want to have a discussion on this to possibly remove it from the tabled agenda. It deals with the 2468 Cole Street. If we remember, it's the tree planters.
Clerk, just the Councilman Boggiano and the Council President, I think, expressed concern around making sure that emergency vehicles, planters didn't interfere. We sent it to Chief McGill and sent Inspector Watson out, and we're still waiting to hear back from the inspector. So I can just reach out to her again, and if she gives us the go ahead, happy to motion to untable on Wednesday. And if she, mentions any issues, then we can obviously inform the council and discuss them further.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions for the attorney? And if they do, we just have to unmute him. We had to mute him because we were getting bad background noise. But we would have to give him instructions on how to unmute himself because he's on a call. But does any council member have any questions for the attorney? Okay, hearing none, we'll just await to hear back from the Division of Fire, so that we can either make a motion to untable, or we'll have to wait until we hear back from them. All right, with that being said, if anyone doesn't have anything else to add, may I have a motion to adjourn at 4:51 p.m.
Motion.
Motion made by Councilperson Soleil. Second by Councilperson Rivera. On the motion to adjourn at 4:51 p.m., all council members present by acclamation, please say aye.
Aye.
We're out of here at 4:51 p.m. Thank you so much, Council President, members of the Municipal Council, members of the administration, directors, division directors, and all individuals behind the scenes. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. Remember, teamwork makes the dream work, and remember to be safe out there and have a great evening. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.